right? Can you picture this like George Takei from Star Trek? Welcome to the V. Serving one, or are we having double guests today? Maybe a special night, maybe your birthday. I'm sorry guys, now every time you guys go down to do that little deed, you're gonna see like a little George Takei head pop out right at the around the thigh area. Welcome to the V. Yeah, hey, I just turned 52 last month. Yeah, but I still live at home with my wife and kids. Yeah, I thought they'd be gone by now, but midlife crises are really expensive. I do love my wife, I do, and I say that because she's not here. And I really, really like my kids, but I have 4 kids, 3 of them at least. I don't like to use the word step kids. Steps are too permanent. A lease has an end, or options to renew. You know, on second marriages, it's like buying a used car. They look great, the payments are good, they drive fantastic, but they come with some of those options you really don't want, you know? But listen, being a retired detective, it's hard being in a law enforcement family, so I gotta give them a break. As law enforcement, we do see some really crappy shit out on the streets, right? The nasty stuff that people don't want to see, right? So we end up taking that stuff home with us. And my wife, God bless her, she'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and find me on the couch with a bottle of Jack and a half-naked hooker. Man, she's understandable. She gets it. She gets it, you know? Honey, I'm just trying to rescue her. She's like, you retired 10 years ago. I know, but she does. God bless her. She rescues too. Not hookers, dogs. Any animal lovers in the house? Yeah, baby. We have 5 rescues. And my wife, she prides herself on the training and the obedience. But she doesn't realize that when I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning without a hooker and I got those 5 dogs with me, I make them watch those Sarah McLachlan commercials. Yeah. All I got to do is start singing "In the Eyes of an Angel," and my dogs are like, "Oh, I won't shit in the house, I promise." Man, my 18-year-old son, he's a little different. Who's got kids that are 17, 18 years old? Don't you just hate them? Oh, man. I got an 18-year-old kid at home who thinks he has rights, but he lives under my roof, so I try to tell him he doesn't. But he comes walking in the house with his headphones on, his pants sagging around his ass like a typical kid. You know, and me being a cop, I'm like, he's all thugged out, forgetting that he's white and on a bowling team. So, you know, I kind of got to give him that spirit, so I get up and I'm going to treat him like a thug. So I throw him up against the wall and I start tossing him. I'm going through his pockets, you know, and he's screaming, "What did I do? What did I do?" And his mother comes running in and she's like, "What did he do?" And I kind of look at my wife and I'm like, "Hey, do you know this fucking kid?" She just looks at me and goes, "Nope," and walks away. Man, but I don't want to be that type of guy. I don't want to be that way. You know, it's hard for law enforcement. So I said I'm going to change. I'm going to be that different type of guy. So we were invited to a party. So I take the family to the party and we're hanging out. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to bring a little weed with me. Right? So, go like you don't smoke weed. Nobody in here. All right, so I figured I'm going to take a little weed with me. I'm going to open up and people are going to see who, you know, they can say, "Hey, look, he's a cop and he can really just, you know, mellow out." So we're hanging out at the party and I roll my joint and I'm sitting back and I'm smoking it. Before I know it, everybody's looking at me. Just like this. So I don't know. I haven't smoked weed since I was on the job. So I don't know if I'm supposed to pass it around or what. Before I know it, this guy comes, he grabs me by the arm and he throws me out. I'm in the parking lot, I'm like, "What the hell did I do? What's wrong?" He goes, You can't do that shit in here. I had to wait outside that Chuck E. Cheese for 20 minutes before my wife and kids came out. Rules, right? Rules. So I did something else. I tried something else, man. I said, all right, the weed thing didn't work. I'm going to join a biker gang. Right? I just got patched in last month, so I joined this biker gang. Because biker gangs are pretty cool. All right? They give you really cool, mean nicknames, like road names. Right? Like Mongo or Bear, you know, or Gunner. Who's a gunner here? Any gunners? There's got to be a gunner in the VFW. There's one in the back over there. So you get really cool names, you know? And when I heard Mongo, I'm like, what the fuck is a Mongo? I gotta meet a Mongo, right? So they have the meeting and they come out and they're like, all right, we came up with your road name. It's Sideshow. That ain't mean. What the hell is Sideshow? And he's like, well, Mongo gave it to you. I said, well, then it's great. But I'm like, Sideshow, you buy tickets to a sideshow. You know, it's like with a bearded lady and a two-headed llama. Come see Sideshow. He sees around corners. Yeah, making fun of the lazy eye handicap, but I'm not going to go up against that. This lazy eye helped me through when I was young. It really did. I was the only kid that their mom wasn't screaming out the window, look both ways before you cross the street. And in school, cheating on tests was a breeze. I tell you though, but when I did become a cop, right, we were at the shooting range, they're like, how can you shoot? I scored 100 every single time on my target and the guy to my right. You guys having a good time so far? All right. Well, I appreciate that, and I'm going to bring up your first comic. She is a wonderful woman. She's a vet. She's a vet, so give her a round for her service. Kim Wadsworth.